respond again, Whoopi? Hello everyone, I am Mecca, and after recording multiple takes of last night's and adding, because this has been a story that's been developing since Monday when we first heard the announcement that people were triggered about Whoopi Goldberg, aka Guinan from Star Trek. You know her, you remember her. She said some stuff that people didn't like, and she made a bunch of statements. She did a sorry not sorry and doubled down on Colbert.
I was saying, you can't call this racism. This was evil.
Now she's back, responding after being suspended. If you want all the history on what happened, please check out the video I uploaded this morning. That should be the normal time slot for videos. We do sprinkle more throughout the day when news drops. And it doesn't pop in on screen. Why are you chopping eggs? What is this? This is a cooking recipe. Chef turns McDonald's into a gourmet meal. Is that more interesting than Whoopi Goldberg? Well, we're using a New York Post article. Maybe. Whoopi Goldberg is livid and is threatening to quit The View over her suspension.
Farewell, hurry board, don't forget to write.
Toodles. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. You know, some people have suggested that Whoopi Goldberg and Joe Rogan swap places for a couple of weeks, and he takes over The View and she takes over his job. And I would watch that. Can we get celebrity reality show swapping? I would watch that. It would be a lot like Celebrity Wife Swap, only they don't swap partners and you see what's going on in their boring, day-to-day lives. You see them try and tackle the actual meat of the thing that the celebrity is known for and see if, they are as interchangeable as I've always imagined and suspected. I think a lot of celebrities are. So, for all the people who are trying to get Joe Rogan banned for, I don't know, I don't listen to him. I'm not a Spotify user, and I'm not one of those people who are so invested in either side of anything that I'm going to sign up for a Spotify account to support anybody, nor am I going to throw my hat in the ring trying to get somebody banned. I didn't think that was what I was doing yesterday. I just get a little tired of the double standard, right? You get people like Roseanne Barr who get fired for less. You get people like Gina Carano who get fired for, actually Roseanne did more. Never mind, scratch that. Gina Carano did less. Gina Carano basically, didn't she post something where she said, hey, let's not be mean to each other based on what, society says we should be mean to? I guess that's what I interpret it as, but then again, I'm an airhead idiot on the internet, and my opinion shouldn't be listened to by anybody. Goldberg, 66, feels humiliated at being disciplined. Oh, you've never had any consequences for anything in your life? You've never screwed up? You've never had a talking to? How lucky that you've never had that. How many of us have been taken aside, given a talking to? What can you do to do better? Joe Rogan was. That's why he issued that apology and said, what can I do to do better?
If there's anything that I've done that I could do better.
That's what this feels like. This feels like HR went in on both of these situations. And now Whoopi's the one who's so entitled. Because like I said, it's a huge double standard. You got some people in Hollywood, if they're part of the wokier than thou cult, those are the people I'm referring to. So get any other, I have to clarify because you're always gonna get those people who are like, oh, well, what do you mean by those people? Do you mean this? Do you mean that? Clearly, because you're reading my mind for something that I didn't say. A lot of mind readers out there. That's really how cancel culture works, isn't it? Somebody takes something and then they twist it into something that could be offensive to somebody else. And a lot of people go around trying to get people canceled just because they don't like something and they don't want to say they don't like something. Because we're in this day and age where you have this no negativity cult that sprouted right before the wokier than thous. So you have people who found ways to say they don't like something or to say this sucks. Because when I come back in and say, hey, you know what, Joni Mitchell sucks. You know what? Maybe Neil Young's music sucks. Maybe him singing sounds like a cat being strangled. Maybe his music sucks. Maybe. And then somebody's always going to say, oh, you said something sucked and you said I like it. Yes. It's not you. You are not your taste in music. I'm not saying you suck if you like Neil Young. I'm saying I think Neil Young's music sucks sometimes. Keep on Rocking to the Free World was all right, but no, Neil Young's voice sounds like a cat being strangled. This has nothing to do with Whoopi Goldberg, but this is all related. This is all part of this, that people decided to develop this way of saying and finding everything problematic and racist and sexist, instead of just saying, hey, you know what, I don't really like Dungeons and Dragons. They're like, well, actually, Dungeons and Dragons is racist because orcs and re. It's all connected. It's all related. So when you see these cancel people, they just want to say that they don't like, see, I don't like The View. I don't care if Whoopi Goldberg gets fired or not. She said some stupid crap. I mean, am I out there actively petitioning? No. Am I out there actively trying to get her banned? No. So she said what she said, and we're going to edit in that in post, probably.
How can you say it's about race if you are fighting each other?
And now she feels humiliated after being disciplined for the first time in her life. She feels ABC executives mishandled this. She followed their playbook. She went on The Late Show and apologized again the next day, a source says. Yeah, they tell you to apologize, but they don't tell you to do a I'm sorry, not sorry. They also don't tell you, hey, I'm sorry, I got disciplined, and now I feel humiliated for being disciplined.
And I understand that not everybody sees it that way.
Welcome to real world, real life, the real world and the real life world of worldness. Whoopi, we all get it. We've all been there. We've all been disciplined for something, or maybe just people like me. Maybe just people like me who say things and who are a hothead on the internet. She's livid after being suspended. The nerve of them telling me I said something that might be offensive. Could have been worse. You could have got your ass fired like Gina Carano, lady. Could have been worse. The source added that while Goldberg is taking the suspension hard and says she wants to leave the show, insiders believe she's likely just sounding off. Yeah, it just sounds like she's throwing a temper tantrum. Her ego has been hurt and she's telling people she's gonna quit. The View, getting suspended from The View is like getting suspended from Bravo. The bar is very low. And, of course, Gina Carano's post, we've all seen it. We've all seen how she just retweeted a post from, I believe, a Holocaust museum stating how the bad stuff didn't happen overnight. It was a lot of people being conditioned to turn against their neighbors, and a lot of people twisted what she said, implying and putting a lot of meaning into it and finding a lot of stuff that they didn't like about themselves, I think, in my opinion anyway, that made them realize that, yeah, they are kind of treating a whole group of people like that. And that's why they fired her, because she pointed it out and she held a mirror up to, and that's my opinion. And now we are seeing the exact same double standard happen all over again. And as you recall, Pedro Pascal was not disciplined and is still working currently on the Book of Boba Mandalorian Fett show, which is now mostly Mandalorian. So he didn't get any discipline for saying pretty much, in my opinion, worse than what Gina Carano posted, because he literally said things. He wasn't just retweeting pictures. He literally said stuff. So this is what the whole double standard in Hollywood with the wokier than thou cult is that I'm talking about. She raised eyebrows on The View after Monday when she insisted that the World War II bad guys and the people who they were going after were both white.
Most of the were white people, and most of the people they were attacking were white people.
White, And there you go. There you really have it. What did I say about groups of people, like Hollywood in general? And I don't want to make it because she looks different. That's not the point. We'll use the example that the people who hate me are obsessed with. Brie Larson, if she said the exact same thing, she would also be wondering why she got in trouble for saying it.
As much as we can just believe and not fight our reality.
It is part of this wokier than thou Hollywood cult, and a lot of people are joining the wokier than thou Hollywood cult without being Hollywood celebrities to be part of said Hollywood wokier than thou cult.
Haven't any of you ever been in a cult before?
The next day, she invited Anti-Defamation League, yada yada, to discuss, and she apologized. So she apologizes and apologizes, but she doesn't quite. And I don't want to be somebody taking offense to what she said. I'm more offended by the attitude of Hollywood in general. How a lot of people don't get the double standard. A lot of people don't get that some people are going to be disciplined for way less, and some people are going to get away with murder. And Whoopi is just throwing a temper tantrum, in my opinion. I am not watching The View. I am going back to, we're not live. I'll see you guys on the next video, live stream or wherever. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye.
I'll see you in 500 years, Picard.